All right. We are ready for another stream tonight. We are going to be doing some more Pokemon Silver. It's part of a little Pokemon marathon I've been wanting to do on this channel. Started a long time ago, but it's something I still really want to do because Pokemon has meant a lot to my life, but it's been so scattered out. I got really into it at times and then kind of took breaks while some pretty significant stuff happened. Like I missed out on the Johto and Gen 3 remakes, some of those older games I played when I was so young, and some of these newest games I'm coming from a very different perspective. So I've been wanting to do them all in close proximity to each other, relatively, so they're fresh enough in my mind to be able to more properly compare them. That's kind of been the point of this marathon, why I've been so eager about it and still sticking to it. So even though we had planned to pretty much be taken care of by this point, I want to reboot it. I want to keep it going and have it be a main focus for my channel. There will be other content in the future eventually, but some of those more complicated games take up a little more storage space recording video for, and I like to record pretty high quality video to be able to upload online, so I'm kind of waiting to be able to get a new external hard drive for that because mine has been having some issues. But yeah, we're going to be doing some more Pokemon Silver. Should be going for a good little bit tonight. Hopefully see if anyone, wants to join in my Discord or chat or whatever. See if we get some good company. So let's boot up the game and continue where we left off. So as far as I can recall, I think we only just barely caught Lugia when I was last playing. And I think we just capped off with just rebattling some people who called us and stuff. But with Lugia caught, we might want to be considering preparing for the Elite Four. Just reviewing my guide to get a sense of what should be going on next. I don't remember if we've met up with Professor Elm since I dealt with Blackthorn and Claire. So I think we should go back and see if there's anything we need from him. Well, I guess I'm here, might as well get some money. Guess I must have already called and met up with him. Gonna double check that I dealt with all the trainers on Route 45 and 46, because I don't know if we went through all the paths on that yet. I'm not entirely sure. It's fully healed too. Yeah, I'm gonna go through this a few times, make sure I dealt with everyone. There's a lot of Graveler. I think I might just put Execute in front. Because that 4 times effectiveness will really come in handy here. Should provide some good quick leveling. It's such a shame you can't get a Leaf Stone until the post game, but I think I can't really be blamed for not considering that. That's such a early generation type of issue to have. Nowadays you just kind of have that figured out. You know, the stuff you need would be available at the beginning. Okay, I'll probably lose to Route 46. think it's interesting how much just the increased resolution of the Game Boy Color really opened up the clarity of Pokemon, because it feels like my trainer's back sprite is so much more detailed and interesting than the one that I can recall from Red and Blue. Okay, this is probably Route 46 now. So I should probably fly back to Blackthorn and take another path down. Yeah, there's still more to do here. Okay, thankfully I've got Psychic typing, so that should help in dealing with this. That move is so low PP that I should have probably healed at the Pokemon Center, even though it was at full health. I think I'll just make sure to do that before too long. Okay, there's another trainer over there. Is it just me, or is that a low amount of HP at this point? Yeah, unless it bumps up quite a bit from leveling up soon. My Execute seems to be a bit lower on the HP side of things. Skarmory is too. Skarmory's case might be worse though, because it's not that far behind in levels. But I mean, it is a steel type, so a lot of resistances. That should help. Okay, so then I end up here. Oh, okay. point of getting this guy's number? Anything especially useful aside from just rematches? I guess this guy's just a rematch guy, so don't think he's especially useful with my limited space for phone numbers. I already got one of those. Probably use Ozai to take it down. Speed went way up and yet still not enough. I don't know if I've gone down this path yet. Okay, I guess I did. So now let's fly back and take a slightly different path. Heal up, especially so we can restore PP. What an odd question to say to me at this point in the game. Very generic and odd. Okay, definitely don't want to be out for this. Such an interesting cry for this generation of games. It's got a very glitchy sound to Electabuzz's cry. Kind of feels like it's making the audio channels work in ways it's not really supposed to, traditionally. Okay. My chances of being faster are probably pretty slim. I think I maybe just go for it and see what happens. Of course. But I was definitely caught off guard by that, because definitely not thinking about the possibility an Entei would be just right here all of a sudden. But for those of you who are watching, it looks like ads are going to be running a little bit. I've long had a certain specific spiel that I get into whenever ads come up, especially because I've been hoping to space out ads more, so it's like, I used to have like 3 minutes of ads on the hour, and right now I have it a little bit more paced out. So I'm trying to condense the message, but basically, subscribers won't receive any ads. I want everyone to enjoy this channel, regardless of if you send anything, but those who do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. I hope to be able to put whatever I'm able to receive towards making this channel better, being able to be self-sufficient enough to be able to stream more often. And I do plan to help reward those who are able to contribute the most. I'll be, I think I might have a little bit of a description on my channel on how that works, but yeah, there will be some incentives for those who contribute the most to be able to have a little bit more active role in what I do in this channel, be able to pick some of the stuff I might do. So, ads will be running soon, just so you guys are not caught off guard on that. As far as I'm aware, this is probably the last new trainer on these routes. I'll have to double check if the geography makes sense on that, because I've been trying to go through all the branching paths. Especially because I've got a few newer members that I want to get caught up. I think the additional experience could be worth it. And of course, extra money. Though I haven't been struggling too much on money as of late in this game. Aside from whenever I'm not really grabbing for my mom that often. I like how smug that Golem sprite is. He looks pretty smug, pretty happy with himself. I like it. I love HP up. Okay, I think that covers all of the new trainers there. looking at the guide now, it seems that going to Kanto is what's next in the main quest. So it looks like we'll be doing that fairly soon. But I tried to interweave doing the main quest stuff with some of the side task stuff I could be working on. So let's see. Let's see what we could get up to. Let's do some more rebattling. I think the experience could help some of these Pokemons. Let's see, so one of them is Fisher Wilton, Route 44. That's gotta be the one to the west of Blackthorn, right? Yes, indeed, I am out late. Just realized she said that because, of course, this game goes off of an in-game timer that's supposed to map to the real world, so it knows, hey, why are you playing this at 2 a.m.? Don't you have school tomorrow? Oh yeah, I think you take the ice path, so I think I might just go east of Mahogany, see if that works. Oh, I should probably dump some items I don't need, because I've been having difficulty picking stuff up. It's interesting they put these caps on what you're able to have, but the box storage for items kind of adds a whole element to that. Clears up a little space that way. Okay, so there's a Fisher I want to rematch. Okay, it's this guy. That is something to watch out for, but it didn't do too much damage. Once again, it is a shame I'm not going to get an Executor until Kanto. I guess I'm gonna want to evolve it as soon as I can so I can use Executor with a little fun with the Kanto gym leaders before I try to replace it with a Celebi. Guess my Mega Drain didn't do as much as I would hope. And the Sea King, guess it's quite a bit stronger. Confusion didn't really impact Execute that much though, so that's good. I kind of wonder if there might be some in-game factor that affects how easily one snaps out of Confusion, because you'd figure there might be a possibility a Psychic type or when that learns Confusion, there might be something there, but I don't know how deep these things go. And Hiker Anthony is Route 33. Go check my Pokegear to check where that is. Okay, that's east of Azalea Town. Definitely a little bit less to do on the side quest stuff now that I've caught more of the Pokemon I wanted and successfully bred for the Execute I was hoping for. I remember way at the beginning of my playthrough of this game, I was commenting on all the cool little features they had over Red and Blue, where it's kind of like a lifestyle type thing, where it's like, oh, if you just sit around, like, as time passes on, people want to rematch you, and then there's events based on different parts of the day, and, oh, you can get an apricorn turned into a ball, stuff like that. And it was definitely very captivating on my interest at the beginning. I think I am starting to see more by this point its limitations on how much that stuff adds up to at this point in the generation of Pokemon. Like they definitely build on it more going forward. Though it's a very admirable attempt. And I think partially it's also because I started this game so long ago that my momentum's kind of been thrown off. And I've been loving it, but I do also kind of get the feeling that I want to move on a little bit, you know, get to more stuff than I was. If my momentum hadn't been thrown off so much, I think I'd be still a little bit more enamored by it. But it's not pulling me the same way it used to. It's definitely very promising. And I think we'll see it play out in even greater effect in some of the later gens. But you can still feel some of the Gen 1 growing pains. This really does kind of feel like an extension of Gen 1, though some of the quality of life features are pretty significant. It's an interesting little mix where some of the stuff is very continuing where Pokemon Red and Blue went on, and then some of it is just like so paradigm shifting that just put the generations of Pokemon on a whole different, path. So it's interesting. Gold Silver is definitely a very interesting transition point because of all that. The stuff that is very continued, very sequel-like, and then the parts that are very much forging new territory for the series that would go on to be so defining of what the franchise would become, like breeding and shinies and stuff like that. Nice, critical. Poison powder. Would I really want poison powder? I think Leech Seed kind of does what we need to on that, like having a lingering status. But that one helps me more than Poison Powder does, so I think we keep it to this batch of moves for now. Takes care of the rebattles. So I'm thinking we might be finally starting our ventures to Kanto. So I guess we surf there from New Bark Town, it looks like. Wonder at what point I could have first gone here. It's seeming like Waterfall is needed, so I guess I had to beat Claire. But I wonder. So let's go heal up, because I don't think there's a Pokemon Center in New Bark Town. Maybe Elm's Lab has the ability, but we'll just heal up before we go there, and then see about Surfing East, see how that goes. It's interesting, I'm noticing now. Oh wow, I guess it was this way all this time. This is a little bit like Pallet Town, honestly. But I'm noticing the map has Johto listed on it on the right side. I'm assuming Kanto will be on the other map on the left side. The Johto in the bottom right is a detail that, it's something, if you don't think about it too much, it's like pretty obvious, but I think part of the reason that's listed there is because there's two separate regions in this game to help clarify which one you're in. So I guess we might need waterfall at some point in this route. If that does end up being true, I guess we'll have to bust out Sea King a little bit. I wonder if modern games still let you change the move order like they do in this game with Select. I wonder at what point that stopped, because I'm not sure at all. Oh, excuse me. He instantly looked for me. Oh, I guess it's a trigger. So I guess it's just naturally set that way. Yeah, I was just speculating about that, and what do you know? Kanto is on the left side of the map. I've heard a lot about this. I'm very curious to see how the map was translated, because I know it got condensed and some parts got kind of removed for space constraints. I'm interested to see how this Kanto will feel like. So where would I be now? I am Tojo Falls. So this is the link between the regions. Okay, Fisher Chris, Route 42. I wonder, can you fly between Kanto and Johto as well? Will the map just scroll as needed? Okay, so you need waterfall for this. But is it even worth going to Tojo? Rare candy. Space in this generation is so limited that I think when I get one of these, I just gotta use it so I can clear up some space. So I guess I need to see if I can see who's closest experience to. Okay, 2000. Like Ampharos. Okay, it looks like Ampharos is the most to go, so will help speed things up. So I can't go any further that way. Do I have to go through Tojo Falls to go forward? I think I might have to. So I guess we gotta put Seaking in here for a little bit. So who would I be swapping out? Guessing maybe Ozai for a second. Just while we are required to use Waterfall. It's real annoying that there's 3 water HMs, and it would suck if you had to have a water type Pokemon on your team use all those HMs, but it also sucks when you have to give them to another Pokemon, you know? Because then it's like, oh great, now I need more water Pokemon on my team for no reason. I'm glad things got improved later on. Let me change. Oh wow, I wasn't paying attention. Looks like an ad's running. I got a little distracted. Yeah, subscribers shouldn't receive any ads. I don't want anyone to feel obligated to contribute, but if you do feel willing, it's greatly appreciated, and I hope to reward those who contribute the most, give you a little more say in what I do on this channel. Looks like those ads are already running, but yeah, just wanted to disclaim anyway. go back there. Once Pineapple hits above Skarmory, above Swift, we might see about swapping the experience share, because Pineapple's getting pretty close. It's caught up quite a bit of ground. It's almost there now. Still not as strong as we'd hope. It really is a shame we don't get Exeggutor, but we'll just roll with that as much as we can. Actually, you know, now that I'm entering Kanto, I wonder if maybe I will be able to get an Exeggutor before the Elite Four. Because if that's the case, that'd be real nice. Would be nice if we had the Leaf Stone at this point. Don't have the same use for a Moonstone, not that I'm aware of. I love that they probably did that because there was such limited options on conveying the animation of going to waterfall, but I find it amusing how it looks like you get flushed upwards like a toilet. Oh wait, I should have done Mega Drain. That's what I meant to do. I think it was used to... It used to be the #1 move listed at the top, and so I was just kind of used to that. So I guess the falls are pretty dang straightforward once you have waterfall. I think now our goal is going to be to find a nice Kanto place that we'll be able to fly to. We won't be able to really put Seaking away until we get to that point. Knew she was looking for a fight. I just knew it, the way she was looking around. I'm not gonna do that much against a fellow grass type. And my secondary typing gives me an advantage over you. might not be doing as much damage as some of my other Pokemon would do, but I can rest assured that the enemy can't really do that much to me, considering the way we're stacked. Yeah, this is the point I switch, especially because I could already tell Ivysaur, stat-wise, was giving it more of a fight. Considering we don't have Ozai, I think we're gonna want to go for Swift. At this point in the series, there was definitely still a lot of stylization with the sprites and such. Things weren't as stylistically normalized as the franchise can be now, where things just kind of look the same across the board. But you can kind of see a little bit more moving in the direction of standardization as compared to Gen 1 sprites, which were quite odd and creative and interesting in their approaches in kind of going off of, I guess you could say, off-model a little bit. But you can definitely see, while it's not exactly like how the style is today, you can see a little bit more of the normalization happening by this point in the franchise. So I guess this woman helps you check your happiness levels, which is definitely helpful, getting some real feedback on the new mechanic. It's interesting to me that Execute, that Pineapple of all Pokemon, would have such a positive reception considering how new they are. But that's a promising sign. Okay, now let's continue on into the real Kanto. Get to some towns, be able to fast travel. Please slap yourself. Nice. Use the Force to influence him. This would be where the Magnemite line gets its steel typing, so it's going to be a little different to deal with than it was in Gen 1. It did quite a bit of damage, to be honest. Yes. Quagsire is a good choice. But this is time to get a well-timed Mega Drain. Some real damage on the one weak spot. Oh wait, I meant to swap it with Mega Drain, but I accidentally used Confusion. I think the Amnesia helped it with that. I think otherwise it would have done more. So that's my bad. This trainer's got quite a few of my own Pokemon. Even about similar level to where I'm at. I'm not sure if they've totally fixed the wording on it didn't affect in this generation, because it's still kind of confusing to me on if, like, there's type immunity or if it was just a miss. I feel like there's a little uncertainty on where that's at this point. 1488, oh no, that's a curse number. Remoraid on Route 44. Do I have Remoraid yet? No, I don't. We'll have to see what's the best rod to bring. Not very opportune timing, because I'm gonna have to still deal with some of the annoyances of getting to Kanto. But it's a rare raid of a Pokemon I don't have, so I think it's worth picking up. But I do like how this game has this feature. I'm gonna double check what rod to use. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna need Super Rod for this. Do I not have the Super Rod? Am I not really going to be able to take advantage of this? Oh, I guess during a swarm you can use any rod. Okay, I'm glad I cleared that up on Bulbapedia, because the guide did not make that totally clear. And I thought I remembered seeing something of that in the message he gave, but I can't exactly remember what he said, so... Might not have the super rod, but if I have the good rod, that should give me some good chances. There we go. Guess we'll give it some hypnosis. Maybe leech seed. Does hypnosis really not work? Or is it just missing or something? Like, why isn't it not working? What would cause it not to? I think now would be a good time to try using a lure ball. There we go. Remoraid is such a fascinating evolutionary line, because I kind of wish they played up the weapon angle more like they were in the beta, because a little Remora fish turning into an octopus is so bizarre. That's almost Digimon levels of bizarre evolutionary chains. Okay, let's heal up, and then continue our path back to Kanto again. Okay, guess I gotta use Waterfall again. Time to flush ourselves upwards. Waterfall's probably always been one of my lesser HMs, one of the HMs I've thought lesser of, because it's so, like, it's so limited use, you know, so limited utility. I guess it kind of makes sense, but honestly I thought Rock Climb made more sense to me. Like Surf, Dive, those are cooler water HMs. I guess I'd have to say Waterfall makes a little more sense than Whirlpool. Whirlpool is just kind of cut for water, even more so than Waterfall is. Yeah, I would say I like Waterfall more than Whirlpool as an HM. Okay, let's continue to Kanto. Try to actually get to a town this time. Hopefully not get interrupted with any more rare Pokemon raids. Oh wow, that guy saw me from quite a far off. He's trying to gatekeep my entrance into Kanto. He's trying to secure the border, isn't he? That's a cool Sandslash sprite. I like the dynamism of that. Because Sandslash is probably my favorite Pokemon, so I appreciate a nice Sandslash sprite. I did quite a bit of damage, but not fully. But that makes sense, because it is a higher level than me, it's more evolved than me. He's basically saying real recognizes real. Another guy spotted me from super far off. Yes, I am heading to the Pokemon League Challenge, but I'm hoping I can explore a little bit more of Kanto before I have to do that. Huh, I don't think I've seen Starmie yet in this game. That's an interesting sprite with a interesting angle to be looking at. Did quite a bit. Helped along that it was a crit, but oh, damn it, it's gonna use Recover. I'm thinking I might want to switch to Yellowback to have a little more oomph in this case. A little more power. A little more stats. Alright, for those of you who are watching on Twitch, it looks like ads are going to be running again soon, so as a reminder, subscribers shouldn't be receiving ads. I don't want anyone to feel paywalled by this channel. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel regardless of any contribution. But if you do feel willing to contribute, I greatly appreciate it. I hope to be able to put whatever I get towards making this channel better and being able to be self-sufficient enough to have more opportunities. And as a way of showing appreciation for anyone who does contribute, I'm planning on giving those who contribute the most bigger say in picking some of the things I do in this channel. So if you want to have a little more impact on the kind of things I do in this channel, feel free to shoot for being one of the biggest contributors. So those will be running in just a little bit, just so you guys have a heads up. I guess Reflect did save them from it being 2 hits to death, but the third one will do it. I don't really have a great counter Girafarig because Ghost is still rare, Dark is mostly a post-game type in this gen, it seems to be, so... I think kind of best to just go for... Maybe just have Aquans do some earthquakes. That is a quite nice sprite. It's cute. It's got nice posing. That's a solid sprite for Girafarig. It's very cute, honestly. I think Girafarig's pretty adorable in this case. Wow, it seems to take that pretty well. Oh, maybe the Reflect was helping it out. It seems to me like Quagsire would be a Pokemon that gets easily confused considering how dense it tends to look. No Thoughts Head Empty is kind of the vibe it can give off. I think I'm noticing like an item or something down there. I'm hoping I'm able to get to there soon. Of course. Baited a trap for me. Also, this guy is apparently tweeting him a whole bunch. It's a pretty cute Farfetch'd sprite. Did he like swallow a bird or something? Or is he just obsessed with him? Why does he only talk like that? I don't really think you're of much benefit to me. Not that I'm aware of. Any rare Pokemon you can let me know about? Or... There's just limited spots, so maybe at some point I'll feel like I can give up one of the ones I've already got, but... Oh, and that's where... That's the dead end from the other way. That's where that ends up. a lot of people with some pretty far sight able to catch you from quite a ways away. Even when you can barely see them on the game screen. I think that's kind of intentional. Trying to test you a little bit before you get to... I can only assume we'll be going to the Victory Road, but I wonder what it's going to be like. Need a queen. I think in this case you might want to go for Aquans. It's an interesting pose. She looks like she's like, oh, stop. Yes, let's change back to yellow back. I hope I'm coming across good in the camera. Good enough. There's a lot of negative space, but I think that can't really be helped in my current setup, especially because it's kind of prepared more for when I'm sitting more upright. I don't want to lean back a little bit, just for now. Oh wow, so interesting, the Battle of Venonat. Very, very interesting. Not really anything of interest. Quite a lot of boardwalk. It's making me realize just how much boardwalk there was in Kanto, and there was quite a bit of it, honestly. It's interesting to think about. It's interesting to think about the things that set apart different generations and regions. Oh, a rare Tentacruel. Shouldn't be too much for Pineapple to handle. You'd think they'd go for a poison move unless they don't have a good one. Oh, that does not do much. This last one should hopefully do it though. Oh boy. I'm gonna need to swap out to someone else. It's quite a lot of pins. Of course, it's gonna miss a lot more. I think it's interesting how once that happens, the sprite remains so small. I wonder if part of the reason Quillfish has minimized is because pufferfish, how they can change their size. I think they probably gave it that move out of very specific reasons. Yeah, let's go for Yellowback. They're already a little weak, but I think a good Thunder Punch will manage well. Looks like Yellowback will pack a little bit more punch here. Looking like we might want to give the XP share to Skarmory, to Swift. Of course it's full. Well, guess you're gonna have the XP share for now, Pineapple, until we find a good opportunity. Use Pokemon Center. Guess I can't come at it from that way. Get a nice Thunder Punch. Nice. And I'm gonna have to approach that from a different way. Just wanted to double check that there was nothing special there. I think I'm gonna use Super Potion on Yellowback before the swap in. see how much this might do. Looks like that was satisfactory. Quite a little bit of a gauntlet before I get anywhere to checkpoint on, really. Which would be nice if we could get to that. It's a cute little sprite. Looks like it's a curious little kitten. Yeah, there's not really great counters to Psychic in this generation, so I think I'll just stay on Swift because at least he can resist a little bit. I don't think it's really till Gen 3 and such where consistent Psychic countering becomes really feasible. For slightly different reasons, Gen 1 and Gen 2 have issues with that. Gen 2 was starting to make some good steps on it, but handled them in a baffling way that kind of became self-defeating. Okay, so this leads down there. Okay. So that leads there. Let's go here. Oh wow, Wild Quagsire. Apparently they're flighty. What is this little peculiar house? Oh, they're all themed around different days of the week, and so are their names, and they all coordinate with each other. So them giving stuff out is actually this coordinated little thing. It's pretty cute, honestly. Okay, so that leads there. Okay, that just leads to the same thing. Nothing really else to explore there. Oh, thank you. It wouldn't be a fast travel point, but at least there's that. Of course. She was too obviously prepared. Oh, cute little Pika. The Pokemon's levels are definitely going up quite a bit, I'm noticing. That Pikachu could actually probably do a little bit of a dent into Swift. Not evasive enough for that. Ooh, Blastoise. That's a pretty good spray. It's got a good angle. I like the way the rain flew on that. The way some of it came one way and some of it kind of curved with the wind. That was a really cool looking effect, honestly. I'm thinking my Execute's really not doing that much on Blastoise's stats. But at this point it's not really worth switching out because it is getting pretty damn close to being defeated. But it would have been better to have gone with Yellowback. I think it's kind of funny the way they kind of get fidgety after you beat them. Because some of them are like looking around to begin with. Some of them you beat them and then like, oh, they start looking around, they get all fidgety. It's definitely got more good perspective than the sprite in Red, Blue, and Yellow, where it was just so crammed with a weird perspective. This one, it's still kind of getting shortened at the bottom, but the effect is definitely a little more properly felt. Flareon, huh? Some Aquans for that. Oh, that's a cute spray. So fluffy. Okay, a fully evolved Kingler. Especially because Pineapple still has the experience share. Might be worth going for Yellowback. I'm wondering if this is kind of meant to be representative, similar to where you enter the Pokemon League in Kanto and Red and Blue, where it's like you go through these checks where they check your badges and stuff. I kind of feel like the geography of this route is meant to be a little evocative of that, even though it's clearly a little different. Oh, but for those of you watching on Twitch, it looks like ads are going to be running in a few minutes, so just as a reminder, subscribers shouldn't be receiving any ads. I don't want any of my content to feel paywalled. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel, but those of you who can contribute, who are willing to, it would be greatly appreciated. I hope to put anything I get towards making this channel better and being able to be self-sufficient enough to have more opportunities to stream. And as a way of giving back to anyone who is willing to contribute, I will be offering incentives, so those who are contributing the most will have a chance to be able to pick some of the stuff I do on this channel. So those will be running soon, just so you guys have a heads up. It's a pretty nice sprite. However, Buggrass is not a great typing, and this peck could probably do a ton of damage. Not even fly. Golduck. Let's do some more Yellowback. Oh, that's a pretty cool sprite. It's interesting, I feel like these are a lot of sprites that I have not seen up to this point. My Pokedex is probably getting a lot more filled out right now. Oh, real tough Mary, Pa. I think you're on one of the first routes, so your stories do not really impress me anymore, Chris. Of course she's gonna stop me when I try to get there. It's my rival Silver. That's a pretty interesting sprite, but it kind of makes Rapidash look a little small. Let's do some Aquants. Okay. What does this lead to? Pokemon League Reception Gate. Oh, so this must be where all those checks were originally supposed to be in Red and Blue. Okay, that just leads back there. Oh wait, I switched the rod. Let me switch it back to the bicycle. I'm guessing that's probably a condensed check, considering he looked at all of my 8 badges right there. So I guess this is Victory Road. This kind of feels a little reminiscent of what I remember of Victory Road. They're really playing up the endurance factor considering how long it's been since I've been able to fast travel. They're really building it up, and it's looking like I'm not going to be able to get the Leaf Stone before I beat the Elite Four. They're really trying to keep it to, you know, you got to go through this before you can get to the rest of the Kano. That seems to be the case. Okay, we gotta swap. Let's swap to Yellowback. Nice. Okay. Victory Road. Ooh! That's a cool sprite. Donphan's a pretty cool Pokemon. I might want to see if I can take advantage of it at some point. There we go. I don't want to super weaken it, so hopefully that doesn't do too much damage. I want it to stay in optimal catch conditions. There we go. Nice. Donphan seems real cool. And it's got a sick cry, too. It's a very interesting concept, too. I guess it's basically a tire elephant. I have no idea where they came up with that, but it's such an interesting, cool design. And I remember it made such an impression on me in the first Pokemon movie. Now I don't have to worry about fainting you. I feel like we especially want to level up Pineapple now if it can't turn into Exeggutor, because we're going to want it to make up for its lack of stats by some good leveling. But man, that did not do that much. Oh wait, okay, I meant to switch to different Pokemon, but I guess I pressed a little too much. But yeah, in some of those cases I might need to use Aquins, so there's that. I was going to go check what the other one leads to, but I think I'll just take that ladder. We'll just see where it leads to. Ooh. I've had one of you. Even though you look imposing, if you're anything like Gen 1, you're not that strong. But who knows, maybe they did buff it a little bit. Because Onix wasn't too bad on my team before becoming Steelix. This layout does feel familiar to how I remember the impression of Victory Road being in Red and Blue and Yellow. Might be a little change, but this kind of feels like what it was. What is the difference between hypnosis and sleep powder? I need to look that up. I guess it's got better accuracy. So, guess it might be worth replacing. Oh, that's right. I can't take that. Forgot. Considering we didn't know that Leafstone was only in Kanto, at least in this one, in Crystal I guess it's different. Execute is definitely going to be the weak link of facing the Elite Four. But if we level it up enough, hopefully it'll be able to carry its own weight. Should probably put Pineapple in front, because Swift doesn't have a ton of utility on the Pokemon that end up being in this area. Kind of bumped my desk a little bit. Doesn't seem to be very fast, Pineapple. Hopefully the confusion won't be too much. Oh, yeah. Got over its confusion. So it won't be an issue. Oh, looks like that's the end, but of course he shows up. Of course. Definitely hasn't been as much of a presence in the story as my first rival. You can see things changing a little bit, but they definitely do keep up some interesting little mystery about him. And this style is pretty interesting. Sneasel. It's interesting that it's got a brownish complexion here. Golbat. Yellowback makes the most sense. At this point, our team is pretty evenly matched with where the other trainers are at this point. Yeah, let's use Aquance so I can get some nice ground moves for the 4 times effectiveness. I think this is an opportunity for Swift. It's not how Future Sight works. You can't just keep spamming it. Does Future Sight still work if other Pokemon are sent out, though? That's something I'm not clear on. Am I gonna get just hit with it out of nowhere? Ah, yes, for alligator. I want yellow back for this. That's very imposing. He looks bulky. Ah, of course now I get hit by it. But I think a good thunder punch might do the trick. Oh, so close. I thought I might heal or something, honestly. Starting to have character development. But before we continue that, just a reminder for those of you watching on Twitch, it looks like ads are going to be running soon. So, as a reminder, I have it set up so subscribers shouldn't be receiving any ads. I don't want any of my content to feel paywalled. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel, but if you do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. I hope to put whatever I get towards making this channel better and being able to be self-sufficient enough to be able to stream more often. And I do plan to have incentives where those who contribute the most have the chance to pick some of the stuff I do on this channel. So you can give that a shot if you'd like. So those will be running in just a little bit. So I guess he had a shallow view on what makes a good trainer, and he's just real focused on power in a very shallow sense. This is his character arc. But we're finally out of there. The Indigo Plateau. Okay, so hoping that I can heal, of course, and that this becomes a new fast travel point. That would be nice if that's the case. Can swap out Sea King, bring Ozai back. That's nice. Except I already have flies, so I don't really need to worry about that. Is that where it leads to the Elite Four? Full restore. Be nice to have some of those. Get some max potions too. Pretty good on revives. Let's deposit some items. Now we can take the XP share from Pineapple. Let's deposit Sea King. Withdraw. good old Ozai. Give Swift. Parent Share. Might as well give the Quick Claw to Pineapple. I think this is all, that's like multiplayer stuff. That's what all the Pokemon centers do, right? Change the icon back to Ozai. Of course, now you talk. Oh wow, real cool. You almost caught a Spearow. Like I really care about that at this point. Okay. Anything important we would have missed on Victory Road at this point? Let's see. I was hoping to stop once I got about 2.5 hours in, but I'm curious if I can take on the Elite Four now. It's kind of really got my curiosity if I might be able to just get that out of the way. I suppose I could theoretically just give it a shot now and see, you know, where it's at. But Definitely my Pokemon aren't at the level I would want them to be. Taking on what kind of levels the Elite Four will be at. However, if I spend a lot of my money, there won't be a real big penalty. So it might just be worth just seeing how far in I can get. Okay, let me buy some items and put my money away so that the penalty won't be so bad if this doesn't go through. And I might just quickly try to push for this. I don't have enough for that, do I? That remaining amount, that's not even worth going back for, so... I'm fine if I lose $2.99. But let's see, this first trainer, who should we have in front? Guess let's see about putting Yellowback in front. I'm a little nervous about this, but I think it's worth a shot. Of course, immediately locks me in. This is Will. This is a new guy. And he's psychic. Of course, it starts with psychic. Still the most OP broken type. Okay. Yeah, I thought it might be a Zato. Yes, for Jinx, you're gonna want Ozai. He's in a weird pose there. His posture is a little odd. That did quite a bit. And it paralyzed. I think this is a good opportunity for Swift to shine, because there's a lot of resistance, and I think it'll be strong enough to do some good damage. That's an odd looking sprite. I'm not that huge on that sprite, honestly. That's what my Executor is gonna look like, huh? Oh damn, it's bulky. That was not very effective, huh? I might just use up Swift as much as it can stand and then go to Ozai. But honestly, I don't think it's going to withstand Executor. At least I was able to take it down, but Swift took quite a beating doing that. Zato. Let's go for Yell Back. That move gets pretty crazy looking. It packs quite a punch. Ah, nice crit. Okay, that's one of them down. Okay. Keeping his bomas at fire second. Okay, we're gonna put Ozai in front. Do we have any small heals? Guess our best is Super Potion. Is that on Ozai? Okay, let's take on the next one. Koga got an upgrade. Four times effectiveness on fire. That'll come in handy here. And a crit too. Muck. Gonna want Aquance for this. We're gonna want to deal with that. Nice. It's gonna have to be Yellowback, isn't it? That Crobat seems a little thin. And I think it's because they just can't give enough space for the body in the middle. The sprite limitations won't allow for it. Did quite a bit. Oh, of course it does a full restore. One of the things about this gen is you face the Elite Four earlier than you usually do in some of the other games. The level curve seems to plateau a little bit early compared to some of the others. Okay, we're able to do that. Okay, for the next room. Okay, Swift was barely affected. Aquans could use Super Potion. And in terms of EXP share, okay, Swift is still the bottom. Okay, for those of you watching, it looks like within a few minutes we might be getting some Twitch ads. So just as a reminder, subscribers should not be receiving any ads. I don't want to lock any content behind a paywall. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this channel. But for those of you who do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. Even a small donation can be worth more than ad revenue. And I hope to be able to put whatever I get from this channel towards making it better, being able to be self-sufficient enough to stream more often. For those of you who do feel willing to contribute, I plan to have some incentives, so those who contribute the most will be able to pick things I do on this channel. So feel free to shoot for being number one of those categories. And yeah, let's continue our first attempt at the Elite Four. See if we can make it without any additional preparation. Okay. Let's take on, I think this is Bruno now. Why does he have lava though? Maybe a quick attack, but it's not going to do much to steel type. Of course. Okay, I'm just going to go for Peck then. So is it only going to do detect when I fly? Of course. So I guess I just gotta keep pecking. Doesn't seem to have any fighting moves. It's really going after me. Swift used Swift. Fury attack, I don't think is going to be that good, is it? Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. That's gonna be a problem with my other psychic type too. Okay, it didn't do as much as I thought it was going to do. Nice. That Hitmonchan was a real liability. That's a pretty good sprite. Now we're starting to get actually tested, and I wasn't expecting Bruno, of all people, to be the one who would do it. Of course. The swagger might cause problems too. Of course. Nice. I don't know if a move like that could cause you to hurt yourself. Nice. Keep staying asleep. Interesting it's still doing that Gen 1 thing where something like Leech Seed healing you wouldn't happen at the end of the turn. It kind of goes based off of when the other guy goes. That's very interesting. I was gonna try reviving Swift, but I think I might just see how well Pineapple can hold off and wait until the end of the match when it's all over to try again. I think I've been implementing some good strategies though, especially with Execute. Perfect time for Mega Drain. This guy isn't even a fighting type. Okay, that one got a lot closer, and there were some moments like Hitmonchan that really made things a little tight, but I ended up pulling ahead. That was not easy, but I was able to be smart about it. Okay, let's rearrange and we'll put muscle in front this time. Let's revive poor old Swift, who took a little bit of a beating. Give it a super potion. And Swift having experience share still makes sense. It's still one of the lowest level. Okay, let's save. And we're going to prepare for the next Elite Four member. So I guess Bruno's the only holdover from the original Elite Four. Coca was a gym leader, but it's interesting how that plays out. Well, and I guess there's Lance too, but that's a little different. Karen. Dark type. This game hasn't really given much towards Dark type yet. It has done for Steel type, but not for Dark type, and it's nice that at least here they start getting to shine. That's a cool Umbreon sprite. It gives it a kind of insect mantis type nature. That's not a Dark type. And in this case, I think we'll use Ozai. Actually, I probably should have used Swift, but oh well. Gengar. Aquance would be best for this now. Curse on a ghost type. I remember really dreading this move in Gen 3. It really creeped me out. Murkrow. Let's go with Yellowback. Houndoom. Aquance for this. That's a pretty sick looking sprite. It's got a pretty evil vibe to it. That did a lot of damage, holy shit. Some of these dark types seem to be pretty bulky. Of course, I knew it. This is crazy. Let's put muscle out. That Houndoom is powerful. So I guess I'm up against Lance now, huh? This game did more to get me to care about Lance than the originals did, because you never know anything about Lance until you meet him that time. But there's more reason to care about him now, because you've got to see him. You get to play a role in the story. And I think they took a lot from that going forward, considering what they did with characters like Steven and Cynthia. Let's give a hyper potion to Muscle. Let's revive Aquance. Hyper potion on Aquance. Use a super potion on Ozai. And one on Yellowback. Oh yeah, and then we gotta put Yellowback in front. Because this next one should be Lance. We want to be prepared for this. So I don't have an ice type, but I taught Ice Punch to Muscle, just in case. Dracula himself. I should have maybe waited before I did this on a next stream, because it's a little late for me, but oh man, I just couldn't help myself. It was just too tantalizing. The 4 times damage should do quite a bit here. Okay, I was thinking it was going to level up soon. Dragonite, you want the 4 times... It's not going to be stab, but the 4 times ice damage will be greatly appreciated. Dealing with some Dragonites. It's not stab, but considering it's 4 times damage, I'm sure... Wow! These Dragonites must be bulky. This might possibly be where it all comes down. Like, the difficulty of dealing with this might be so much that I can't get past it tonight. If this is what these guys can do. And of course he's got a recharge. I'm not paralyzed, so I'm gonna go for another one because it's got a recharge. Aerodactyl. I think we try using some Yellowback for this. Packs quite a punch, doesn't it? I think the Dragonites are going to be the trickiest part, but if I can manage those... He was like, don't put me in, don't put me in. So, considering the strength of Dragonite, I think we're going to need a fully healed muscle. So, I think we're going to need to pivot. And in this case, I'm thinking Pineapple could be a good pivot. Not gonna do much to me. I think getting over the hurdles of the Dragonites is the real key. Those ones are the kind of linchpins that could have thrown everything off, but... Let's go for a Quantz, considering Yellowback's a little weak. Honestly, that sprite looks a little derpy. I think that kind of looks kind of doofy. Of course, it's going to need to charge. Lance loves spamming his hyper beams, but then he leaves his Pokemon weak when they have to recharge. course, another Dragonite. This time the pivot's going to be Ozai. Of course, this one's a level 50, jeez. Let's do a smoke screen. Throw off its ability to even do its moves. Let's just lower its accuracy to nothing. I think this will help us out. And now he's confused. Dragonite thought he was going to have a good thing going, and he's being thwarted like hell. Let's just make his accuracy to shit. Okay, so now we've got muscle. Get some good ice punches. I guess this one doesn't use hyper beams. Nice. And then I guess I finished the job. Hell yeah. Is that the last one? Well, looks like I've defeated the champion. And I've become the new champion of Johto. Of course, there's Pokemon Trainer Red. But this was the main challenge for beating Silver. There's still a lot more left to go. But we did it. And I didn't even have to grind for it. I was able to do it where I was at. She's freaking out because she didn't get to do the interview. There was Yellowback. Swift. Arquance. Pineapple. Held his own pretty good. Held her own pretty good. Ozai. And Muscle really came through against the Dragonites. I've seen 179. I own 75. He's recommending Stone Evolution. Well, I'm not going to go for all of them. But there's the credits right there. Just as a heads up for anyone watching, it looks like in a few minutes ads might be running, so it's possible while the credits and stuff are going, there might be some ads. Subscribers shouldn't receive any ads. I don't want to lock in my content behind a paywall. I want everyone to be able to enjoy my channel. But for those who do feel willing to contribute, it's greatly appreciated. I hope to put anything I get from this channel towards being able to make it better. And being able to be self-sufficient enough to stream more often. And I do plan to give incentives for those who contribute the most. So for those who do contribute the most, I'll be able to let them pick some of the things they do on this channel, so feel free to shoot for me number 1. But yeah, we finally did it. We finally completed Pokemon Silver, even though this is not going to be the end of our streaming journey. Because we want to do that Kanto gym, we want to go through those Kanto gyms, we gotta evolve Execute, gotta try to glitch to get Celebi, and of course, the crowning achievement, we're going to have to prep our team to take on Red, which seems like it's going to be quite difficult because there's not going to be too many opportunities to super well grind for it because it's just such a big leap. This game seems to have a weird progression curve that's kind of wonky when you get to that point. Game's as old as my girlfriend. The end. Thank you for the follow, Germs. You followed right on my crowning achievement in this game. So I'm assuming that it might be just waiting for me to press the button. Unless it does play out a certain extent before it goes through. Do I have to press it? Yep. Of course, it goes to the main menu. I'm probably gonna wake up in my bed like usual. Yeah, congratulations to me, I did it. Yeah, here I am. Okay, let's see what Professor Elm wants. Oh, I needed the SS ticket to catch Pokemon in Kanto. Olivine City. Okay. Are my Pokemon healed? Yes, they are. Should probably, yeah, let's take that. Then let's give Ozai the EXP share. So it was a lot of fun getting through that last part, being able to defeat the champion. It's really cool. However, I'm gonna need to start getting to bed for work tomorrow. So I'm gonna be needing to wrap up here. Silver Journeys will continue, but not tonight. I kind of pushed it because I just couldn't help myself, but we're gonna need to wrap up here. Find someone to raid. So if anyone who is watching right now has any good ideas on someone I could raid, that'd be nice, because I'm gonna need to wrap up here. I've got work tomorrow that I need to start getting ready for bed for. So if anyone watching has any suggestions on a good raid target, I'll keep it in mind, but let's see. But anyone who is coming on just now, I hope you give a follow and check out in the future, because I plan to be doing more in the near future. It's coming to a close tonight, but we will be doing more Pokemon Silver, so I hope you'll stay tuned in for when we do that. All my homers are sleeping or don't play Pokemon. Well, I'm sorry you tuned in right when I was wrapping up, but yeah, I hope to do relatively soon more streams, so we'll continue through the Kanto gym leaders. I'm going to be trying to glitch for a Celebi, but I want to get enough Executor time before I do that, and I am planning on taking on Red. I do want to train up enough for that. But yeah, it's gonna have to come to a close for tonight, so let's see who we can raid. Maybe someone playing another Gen 2 game. It's a cute little Gengar. Let's try rating this channel. Let's put it in. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, what I was able to get up to tonight. I'm looking forward to more. You guys will have to stay tuned in for when I go live next. I'll be sending you guys on your way, and look forward to seeing you guys in the future. See ya.